So hi guys, this is me Aditi, founder of PT Universe, and today we are live with another series of free session. We are coming live frequently on our YouTube channel PT Universe, so make sure you subscribe our channel so you don't miss any session. So today's session, what we're going to focus, what you should do in speaking. We're going to also look into some 9-band sample answers, and we will understand the basic art of speaking. Speaking is one of my favorite modules. I feel it's the easiest module if you understand the trick, but at the same time, for some people, speaking is very difficult. They're like, Aditi, I can't speak. So if you are having difficulty in speaking or any other module, let me tell you, we are providing online training for all the modules. We also guys train for single modules, full courses, and premium courses are also available there. Apart from that, guys, recently we have started speaking classes intensively. Like, there's so many people who are not native speakers or who are not very fluent, and they have basic problems, like they're not fluent, they're shy. So we have started spoken English course as well. As coming back to today's class, IELTS speaking is same for general and academic. So either you're general or academic, the class is going to be same. I'm not going to talk a lot about test format because that I've already done in the previous session. Today I'm going to talk about what you should do in part 1, part 2, how is the speaking assessed. Now, before I start the session, I discuss basic questions with you. I want to talk about how the IELTS speaking is marked or checked. Fine, we call it speaking band descriptors criteria. There are 4 parameters on which speaking is marked. First is fluency and coherence. So your fluency is going to be assessed by how you will speak. Like, it should be fluent speaking. By fluency, we don't mean you're just speaking. No, you can take relevant pauses, and that's pretty much acceptable. But I will teach you the art of speaking smoothly and continuously today. I'm going to talk a lot about vocabulary, which we call lexical resource technically, which also every parameter contributes 25%. Fine. The third thing is GRA, that is grammatical range and accuracy. So this criteria refers to how good your grammar is. It is important to avoid grammatical mistakes. And fourth parameter is pronunciation. Pronunciation is nothing but how you speak. So, vowel sound, consonant sound, all that should be also very much good if you're aspiring for a good band score. Now, since you're going to take the exam, all of you are IELTS test takers, I want you to understand a couple of things in today's class. And first of all, I just want you to enjoy doing speaking. I personally feel, guys, if you enjoy the preparation, you will be able to score high. But if you don't like it, you will score always low. So I want you to understand it. Speaking is not difficult, and I want it to make it easy for you, something I can do. So I have picked up some questions. We're going to talk about what you should do, what you should not do, with the help of sample examples. So it's going to be really very helpful to you. So let's talk about simple questions, part 1. There are 3 parts. Speaking is bifurcated into 3 parts. Part 1 is the easiest of the all, because here basically the questions will be related to you. But before I start, these questions are related to friends and family. So guys, of course, if you're taking IELTS, you should learn topic wise vocabulary. You should have a good command on the vocabulary, because the vocabulary will make you more confident and precise. So the question here is, like I'm going to talk a bit vocabulary, and you have to just talk, at least each one of you. We are having around 70 people online right now with me. I want each one of you to write one word related to friends in the chat box. Like, I can say a lifelong friend. So basically, we have so many friends which are with us for the rest of our lives. So we can call them lifelong friend. A shoulder to cry on. I'm also going to talk about few phrases, idiom. Shoulder to cry on means, someone to sympathize with you. So there are some friends, with whom I can share what I feel about life, dear to my heart. So some people, someone that I care about is dear to my heart. Like this. Extended family. So friends are also extended family, because if if somebody is not near to us, when we are sick, we can call our friends. So everybody type one word related to friends, or anything which you can use in your speakings. Some idioms. I want to just quickly talk about few idioms, like close-knit family, a close family with common interests. Dear to my heart, someone that I care about. Face-to-face means in person. Get together means meet up, like this. So basic questions you can see in front of you. Let's learn how you can approach these questions. Do you come from a large family? Now see, there are two kinds of families, guys. These are very easy questions. Most of you will know it. So some people have nuclear family and some people have joint family. So the question is asking you, this is part one. Do you come from a large family? So many times I've seen people saying, yes, I do. No, I don't do. Don't do yes, no questions. The examiner wants your answers to be well supported with your opinion. And if you support your answers with the opinion, you will have high chances of speaking. So what I'm teaching you is to extend your answers. If you don't extend your answers, you will score low. So make sure you extend your answers. Clear? Now let's see the next thing. Here, what I want to talk about is in part two, I'll move to part two. After part one, you need to tell a good story. So you can lie also, because this is a kind of test where you will be getting marks. So basically you can lie to show off 4 skills which I have marked, which I've talked about in the beginning. Let's get started. So let's say the question is, do you come from a large family? So you can paraphrase the question. You can directly answer, because these are not very lengthy questions. You can't take 4 or 5 minutes in answering one question. It should be very quick. So my immediate family is not very big. I have large extended family that includes many uncles, aunts, and cousins. So extended families are the uncle, aunts. Fine. We are a close-knit family. So some people have close relationships with their family. So we call it close-knit family. And we like to keep in touch. Means they stay connected. When was the last time you had a family function? Guys, this which, when, what, these things are very important in IELTS. Why? Because this will actually help you in knowing WH. So when is related to time, where is related to place. Fine. When was the last time you had a family function? Maybe it was in corona, before coronavirus pandemic started. So last time I actually remember I met my friends was on 19th of December. That was my birthday. So on this day, many of my uncles and aunt came and gave me a surprise. Like this you can talk about. Or here, see, our extended family got together last year to celebrate my grandfather's 80th birthday, to celebrate my father's retirement, anything. And then just expand it a bit. So here, if you see now, the answers are having very much precise vocabulary, which gives it really good score. See, he's very dear to my heart. He has kept us healthy relationships with the entire family. So it was a happy occasion. Would you take a friend on a family holiday? Now, such questions, you can take a yes or a no, but you need to give a reason. Let's say, would you take a friend? If yes, yeah, I would love to take my friend on family holiday, because it will be good, as I will have somebody to spend time with. And also some of my friends are like my family only. So whenever they come home, my parents also feel good, and they can help us in arranging the holidays, something like this. Or maybe you don't like. No, I personally believe that we should have some time for our family. If I'll just invite my friend on a family holiday, I would get engaged with my friend. But actually on a family holiday, I would love to spend time with my parents and siblings, because we hardly get time to spend with each other. So I would like to go with my friend on another date some other time, like this. Anything you can say. It's informal speaking, but it should be sure that whatever you're speaking, you know the meaning of. Like, so many people are using the phrases, vocabulary, but they don't do that. You should know what you are speaking. So that is very, very important. Now, I'm going to talk about the next thing. That is the part 2 cue card. So you can see a cue card in front of you. I want you to share some of your opinions. What is your opinion related to this cue card? Describe a time when you gave advice to others. You should say who you gave advice to, what the advice was, why you gave the advice, and explain how you felt about the advice. Very easy cue card. So basically, there are times when we give advice to others. Maybe, maybe somebody is, going to, like, I have graduated from an IT. Maybe somebody is taking admission in the same college. They want to take some advice. Maybe my father is willing to purchase a car, or he's willing to purchase something online, and I shop online a lot. So you want to take some advice, anything I can pick up, anything. But I need to make sure that I pick up something I can talk about for a longer period of time, because I'll need to add details. It's part two. So you understand the difference between part one and part two. In part two, we need to actually extend our answers. Imagine you're just telling a story to your friend. That's what part two is. Fine. So people ask me how much we can speak for. It's not like it's something which I can say you should speak for this much, you should speak for that much. Rather, what you should do is, guys, you can speak for at least 1 minute 30 seconds, and maybe the examiner will stop you. The quality of the answer is going to matter. Don't feel if the examiner stops you, it doesn't mean you have done something wrong. No, it doesn't mean. So I have brought a sample band 9 answer in front of you to give you an idea how you can speak about this topic. Meanwhile, in the chat box, I want to know what was the time when you have given advice to others. Maybe it could be related to like when you were in hostel and your roommate was stressed about some relationship with her boyfriend, some relationship advice you wanted to seek, anything it could be. So just pick up something, maybe you had some real experience and that you feel you can easily explain, that is also perfectly fine. So this is the question. I would like to describe the sample band 9 answer, which recently one of the student has got. I would like to talk about an experience I had when I was at university. When I was a student, I had a part-time job at local florist shop. So he's also telling the things in detail. Okay, job, what I was doing, where I was doing. The customers who came into the shop would often ask me for advice. At first, I was quite hesitant about making suggestion. I'm not exactly sure why. Partly, I guess, because I was only 19, but also because I didn't feel very sure of myself. I was certainly no expert. So here, if you see the grammatical range and accuracy, that is also something the person is trying to maximize, and that is very important. And that's why we launched the course Grammar 0 to Hero, because we personally believe that if your core skills are not good, it will be very difficult for you to score high. However, I quickly came to realize that most of my customers really didn't have a clue about flowers. Soon I was giving tips about everything from which types of flowers to choose at different times of year. So daffodils, tulips in the spring. So he has now talked about some experience he had when he was trying to sell something related to flowers, because he's working at a local florist shop. I was even taking recommendations about which flowers or arrangements might be more suitable for different recipients or occasions. On top of that, so see, when you're just trying to add a new idea, you can use transition word, which gives you good score and coherence. So basically, the way you connect your ideas, that transition words determined. I started explaining how to look after cut flowers. Once you have brought them, I was shocked to find that most people didn't know that they should cut the stems at an angle to make the flower last longer, for example. So this is a kind of detail thing he's telling, or add a couple of teaspoons. I thought everyone knew that. Once I got the hang of it, I loved giving advice to the customer. They were very appreciative. So lastly, he's just winding it up. Concluding thing is coming up. See, they were very appreciative, and they used to come back into the shop to tell me how much their mother or girlfriend or husband or boyfriend had liked the flowers, and to thank me for my help. I hadn't expected a job in a flower shop to be so rewarding. So this is how he has given the answer. This is a band 9 answer. Why this is a band 9 answer? Now, this is what I wanted to tell you. So I just want you to let me know in the chat box why you think it's a band 9 sample answer. Then I'll tell you too, but I want to know your viewpoint. Why do you think it's a band 9 sample answer? So candidate will be assessed on the following criteria: how you spoke, like fluently, coherently, how you develop the topic fully. That's very important too. How you used idiomatic language, that is with the full range of grammatical structure. So first, when you look at the topic, don't panic. See, now people are like, okay, this is very difficult topic. No, generally also, we keep on giving advice to anybody. It can be related to career, it can be related to relationships, it can be related to buying something, it can be related to cooking something, it can be related to buying any course, anything can be there. So we usually give advice. Even you may give advice to your parents, so that they should to take care of their health, and they should do a lot of mental physical work, something like that. So anything you can pick up. So first, when you look at the topic, don't panic. That's my bonus tip number 1. Fine. Remember that you are not being tested on your honesty. The experience you talk about could be something that happened to a friend or yours. It could be from a movie, anything you can talk about. Second is, we don't want a lot of ideas. So many people are like, Aditi, I don't have ideas. Aditi, I don't have ideas. Ideas are not something which you need too much. Don't spend too much time thinking about many ideas. One idea, let's say I'm just talking about an advice which I gave to my friend because he had a breakup with his boyfriend, and I was just giving him relationship advice. So I can explain about that particular situation, why I was giving him the advice, what happened with my friend, why was she broken, and then I will be telling you, okay, you can start even with the background information, that in relationship everybody get hurts, and anything like that. So basically, you can start with background information, or like this, I would like to talk about an experience, something like this. All are fine. As I mentioned, guys, this is not a formal speaking, this is an informal speaking, so everything is okay. Here, when you see any question, part 2, if you have watched my previous videos, if you have attended previous sessions, I've been telling you that in part 2 you should make mind map. Why? Because part 2 you have to speak for a longer period of time, and it becomes difficult if you're not accustomed to, because some people are like, topics are a bit different. So please just start practicing mind mapping techniques. Fine, make mind map and try to cover these bullet points. If you leave anything from these bullet points, you will not be scored less. Still, you will be scored high, because there's no marks for task achievement in speaking. We do have marks for task achievement in writing, but not in speaking. So in speaking, it doesn't matter if you're able to cover everything or if you're not able to. In the speaking, confidence matters, guys. So I have given tutorials about making mind maps, numbering each point you like to talk about, coherent presentation, all this. You should watch out, and if you have missed, but it's gonna help you know the importance of mind map and diagram. If you feel comfortable, you can jot down random ideas and then put them in the order. But I personally feel mind map actually allows you to speak without hesitations. Now, some people, I write down a lot of sentences. Don't write down complete sentences, just the main things. Maybe you can talk about the friend Divya. Let's say you'd give advice to Divya related to relationship. Why? Because she had a breakup with her ex-boyfriend who she was dating for 5 to 6 years. Fine. Why you gave this advice? Maybe because she's a dear friend of yours and you couldn't see her in pain, and you wanted to tell her that in world we have lots of stress and anxiety, and all she can do is she can leave the things to the God, and she should move ahead because she has to concentrate on her career. And right now she is on the peak of her career where she needs to put more efforts into, and this kind of mental anxiety can distract her from her real path. And why you felt about the advice, maybe you felt amazing because after giving your advice, after a certain period of time, you saw that she has really improved. She's not a depressed girl anymore, rather she's able to motivate others who are in the same boat like her, like this. So basically, IELTS Q card is not difficult. That's what I'm trying to say. Even you can say, let's say you can talk about anything else. So let's say career advice. So you can say, recently I just got a call from one of my college friends, Yashoda. She is actually preparing for UPSC. She has prepared for 3 years. From the college itself, she was a very bright student, but then suddenly all of the things went into vain. She was preparing very hard, but because of general category, she had no quota and she was not able to clear the exam. She got ill because of stress and she had diarrhea just before her exam, which actually helped, which actually distracted her from scoring high. But now I just got a call from her. She was telling that she has given up the hope that she will be able to do something in her life. But after talking to her, I realized, and I just whatever you can say, you just gave her the advice that she should work hard, because hard work is the key to success. These kind of idioms fit into most of the cue cards. So think about the idioms, or you can learn such idioms. There are many idioms which can fit into most of the cue cards. I have even given one kind of online, I think, tutorial on it. So that is also going to help to you. So coming back to this, so part 2 cue cards are not difficult. We just saw sample band 9 answer and why it was band 9. So band 9, how you make it with 4 parameters: fluency, pronunciation, lexical resource, and GRA, that's grammatical, range, and accuracy. So we're going to see into some, quickly, we're going to look into part 3, sample questions and answers. Do you think that after our relationships between working colleagues are appropriate? So after our friendships means, like right now in the MNCs, we have a culture, like friendly relationships are there with people, because, people are working with each other for long periods of time. So they hang out with their colleagues, they have food, they sometimes go out, do outings, dinners. So what do you think? Is it fine or is it not fine? I think it is good. They should have some good working environment if they want to work, because they're spending a lot of time there. And actually it helps in doing the work efficiently with more productivity, as well as they can help them professionally as well as and personally. Sometimes colleagues are able to, give more profit. They can make for more profitable, because the colleagues are working together, they come up with innovative ideas as well as. So first decide your opinion, and then speak. In part you'll not be getting time to jot down your ideas, so don't wait that you will get time to jot down your ideas. One more thing, guys, we're just giving we had 1,000+ enrollments in PT, and we are very thankful to you for your immense love and support. We are almost about to reach 6,000 subscribers on our Instagram. We had some live sessions on Instagram. I hope you're checking us and our testimonials on Instagram. So please do check and follow us on Instagram. And we are providing a bonus kind of offer today. So some of our courses are having discount, the full courses. So if you want to enroll today, like if you're willing to pass Ielts, because we believe that first attempt is the last attempt, so you can just check with our team and you can get enrolled, because the offer is going to be valid only for today. It's just one day offer and it will be lasting for today. Apart from that, you can follow us on Instagram, YouTube. You can subscribe the channel. We usually come live 2 to 3 times in a week, as well as previously we have done writing session, and this is another series of speaking session. Reading sessions also have been done, and listening. I hope you will check all of them. And Facebook also, you can follow us. We come live on Facebook also sometimes. So just stay connected everywhere. Next question, do you think that social media is changing the way that we relate to our friends and family? Now, social media is a very big term. It encompasses Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I think we all are on social media. We all love to spend time on social media. So do you think it's changing the way we relate to our friends and family? Maybe you think yes, maybe you think no. If yes, why? If no, why? So sometimes social media has positive things. We have discussed this in the SS class as well as, like, positive aspect of the social media is what? Positive aspect is that you can, actually find friends over there. But negative aspect is also there, because nowadays people don't have time for their own friends and family members. This has become a bit negative aspects. Also, people, are too much engaged and obsessed with social media that they start comparing themselves with their friends or family members, and they think they are happy, we are not happy. So that comparison is also prevalent. So you can just pick up any line of thought, or you can say it has its both pros and cons are there. Again, I mentioned it's going to be informal speaking, so you do not need to worry that much. Just whatever is your opinion, just try to clarify it. Part 3 questions are more based on comparison between past, present, future. So where you can use degrees of adjectives. And I'll talk about some rules in the next classes, PPF as well as. So I hope this session you have liked. Now it's the time I'll be taking your doubts. So post your doubts and you can comment it in the comment section. What should be the topic of the next session? Because I take your doubts and comments very, very seriously.